Welcome to New Life Church's website, which is a great first stop if you want to find out a bit about the church. Now, just click on any of the buttons that might interest you, but I want to encourage you particularly, if you're going to click on any buttons, to click on our media and resource button, because that's got videos of some of our Sunday services, of the messages, and that will give you a flavour of what we're about. There are just a couple of things I'd like to say to you by way of introduction, really. The first thing is to dispel a couple of myths. A lot of people imagine that the church is for religious people. Well, actually, Jesus didn't really get on very well at all with religious people. And in our church, what you'll find is hardly anyone is religious, in the sense that, none of them have come from a religious background, or very few. Very few of them were raised to believe in Jesus. They didn't have parents that were Christians. Most of the people in our church are just ordinary people that have come to find that the Christian faith really is true. And so, don't imagine that the church is for religious people. The second thing is, a lot of people imagine that to be a part of the church, you got to be good, or at least that you should be good. And this is why people think the church is often full of hypocrites, because they're expecting that if you go to church, you should be good. But in fact, that's kind of the opposite way round. Those of us that are a part of the church, we don't think that we're particularly good or better than anyone else. In fact, we're very much aware of our failings, and we want to be better. But the church is not particularly for good people. Jesus was very comfortable hanging out with what his society called the sinners. He was very comfortable doing that. In fact, he did it so much that he earned his name, and it was a bit of a kind of a snarl term, a Mickey take, friend of sinners. That's what he got called. And so Jesus is very happy and comfortable to hang out with people who others would say, oh, they're too bad. So if you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough to be a Christian, I'm not good enough to be part of the church, the very fact that you would feel that suggests that you're just the kind of person that actually Jesus would want in the church. Then the last thing that I want to say is this. As you find out about the church through the website, if you was to come and visit us on a Sunday morning, which you'd be very welcome to do, as you find out about the church, it's really important for us to communicate to you that the good thing about the church is not the church. As you get to know us as people, you'll find that some people would irritate you and some you get on really well with, and that's just human nature. The good thing about the church is not so much the people, although we're on a journey and we're trying to be good, but is the person Jesus. He is the one that we would say is good. He is really good. And so our mission, we see it as our mission, to help people like you come to know for yourself Jesus. The thing that makes us different as Christians is that Jesus has kind of broken into our lives and totally transformed them. And that's what we want for others to know the transforming power of Jesus in their lives. Well, thank you for listening, and enjoy the website.